Good afternoon, viewers. Thank you very much. Welcome to Punchline Africa Television, broadcasting all the way from the mobile unit of the political command center of Punchline Africa, somewhere miles away from Miriam. This is how we are going to be doing it. This is how we shall be doing it. We shall be on the road across the country, across the nations. We shall be on our way to Tanzania very soon to get all the facts through our mobile unit, which is now this one. Thank you very much, viewers, wherever you are. I just want to take this opportunity to thank you so much for watching Punchline Africa Television, the only television station in Africa that talks about Africa, that discusses Africa, that delivers Africa. This afternoon, the show is a very fantastic show. The show is called Africa Showdown. Thank you very much. Across to Miriam in the headquarters, I have an important call to make here. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much, Doctor, there from the Political Command Center mobile unit there. Thank you and a very good afternoon to you. This is Africa Showdown, where we get to look at the news making headlines across the continent of Africa. And before we get into the details of it, of course, joining us on the panel today is Professor Jared Onyari. Professor, a very good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon to you, Miriam, Daniel, Dr. Masanga, and our viewers from wherever they are around the world this afternoon and morning.
All right, very well, thank you so much. And of course, we have our investigative journalist and also our correspondent, Daniel Besonga. Daniel, a very good afternoon to you.
Yes, a very good afternoon, Miriam Ogutu in our headquarters here in Nairobi. Good afternoon to Dr. David Matsanga at our Political Command Center. Good afternoon to Professor Jared Onyari, and of course our viewers here in Kenya, Africa at large, and the rest of the world who are watching us. Good afternoon.
All right, and of course, as we wait for Doctor to come and help out, lead us through this show today, let me just bring us up to date with the latest figures in terms of COVID-19 in the country. And as we speak right now, Kenya so far has confirmed a total of 44,196 cases. The death toll rising from these figures stands at 825, and recoveries right now stands at 31,752 cases. Uganda, the cases are now stands at 10,455. The death toll there is 96. Recoveries is 6,901. And South Africa, 702,131 cases. The death toll in the Southern African country stands at 18,408, and recovery so far is at 630,436 cases. And Nigeria, the cases stands at 60,982 cases. The death toll in Nigeria is 1,116, and recoveries is 52,194. And the total of cases in Africa this afternoon stands at 1,606,141, and the number of deaths in the continent stands at 38,900, and recovery so far is at 1,323,215. And the global cases, of course, have surpassed 40 million, standing at 40,006,965, and the death toll is 1,115,243, and of course the global recovery rate now stands at 29,925,172. So that is where we stand in Africa, and as well as the global figures across the whole world. So let's just get into the show, and of course,
before we cross over to the show, Miriam,
yes,
what are the comments of Professor and my dear brother Wesonga? What are your comments on our calving capacity in Africa, Professor?
Yeah, Dr. Masanga, we were very cautious about the second wave. And from the figures which are coming up, in terms of flattening the curve, for instance, Kenya, for the last 2 days, we have been having 10.1 something %. And I'm seeing for the second lockdown, Dr. Masanga, because we are not behaving. We are not following all the protocols as given by the Minister of Health and the World Health Organization. This is the most unfortunate thing that I'm doing, because we are failing to follow simple protocols, just like wearing masks, washing hands, keeping social distance. So I'm seeing the government being forced to have a second lockdown.
All right, very well. Wesonga.
Yes, Miriam, and I'm of the same thought as Professor Jared Onyari. Remember, prior to opening up the economy, the numbers were really going down, and we thought perhaps now we are seeing the light at the end of the tunnel in terms of recording low numbers. But as it is right now, Miriam, when you look at it, the numbers are going high. And today I was at a supermarket and I realized that only a few people outside the supermarket were putting on face masks. So as much as we know that the economy has opened up, that does not mean that COVID numbers are not going up. So I think we are headed back to where we are a few months ago, where we were reporting almost 700, 900 positive cases in a day. So if we don't change our ways, then we're going to have a disaster ahead of us. So that is my thought on that.
Mm-hmm. And of course, the Ministry of Health, a couple of days ago through Dr. Is it a man or a nam? I keep confusing his name. He said that due to the rising numbers that they are witnessing right now, we are witnessing right now in the country, there is a cause for concern. And should they continue rising like that, then we might be forced to close back our schools. So that is where we are, and we shall continue monitoring these figures and talk about it, and of course, bring us up to date, Doctor.
Thank you very much, viewers. Thank you very much. Doctor, Professor Onyari, we have been consistent. We have told the world. We have sung the song. We have delivered the sermons. It is up to the world to listen. From tomorrow, there is nothing much to give back, to lament. For us, we have done our job. Prof, if people don't listen, thank you very much. From tomorrow onwards, it is a do or die. If you think you have any friendship left and you enjoy the friendship, enjoy it. But to me, David Masanga, I don't think, Prof, I don't think it is very, very good for us internationally to continue singing the song and enjoying. We are being enjoyed. You know, you are bringing back children to school. Some schools don't have even water. Some schools don't have facilities. We have done our best. Miriam, we have done our best. How many times have we talked about the skies in Kenya? How many times have we talked about the road accidents? For the last 4 years, my television station has worked as a safeguard to disseminate information, which the main television stations don't do for President Uhuru Kenyatta. We have done our best. Surely we have done our best. If we want to go the Soviet Union way, fine. I mean, perestroika. Don't introduce piecemeal perestroika when others are introducing difficulties. Deal with the difficulties straight head on. I teach political science in my life. I'm a political scientist by level. Challenge me any question anywhere in the world, I will answer it. I'm not a person who failed exams. I'm sorry, and I'm not going to speak anymore. Kupembeleshana watu, tupembeleze paka lini. We have entered a marriage. We must keep the marriage of a united Kenya. Let's not hope. There is no hope this way. There's only one hope. I don't want to dance the dance of Jerusalem. Those who want to dance Jerusalem, then they are empty here. Mine is a straightforward. Either you are with me or you are not with me. I don't have that type of laxity. For us to bembelesha mtu. Leo ako huko anapiga porojo huko Embu. Is telling what type of people are these? The Minister of Health warned you that these things are coming. The thing is becoming big. What happened? What happened? Nobody took the advice. As we speak today, this thing is real. We have done our best, Miriam. Some of us have gone to the extreme of being on a Sunday like this. We are supposed to be sleeping, resting with our grandchildren. But we are here debating. It's for the good of this country. But the people seem here, where they smell money, is where they rush very fast. When the president said there will be desks be manufactured, then the schools were, even the calendar was manufactured very quickly. Mr. President, there is a Kwakamaya state awaiting us. Europe is closing down. Let's do comparative analysis. Comparative analysis is the best answer. If we want to do anything, just look at the countries. Tanzania might have closed down. Yes, they have. We don't know what bombshell after elections, what will be there. But we have to be careful. Thank you very much, Miriam. Let's move on to the other topics. The headlines today. The Sunday Nation. Read it for us as the production team brings on, and then combine with the mini headline which you have down there. Let's analyze the Sunday Nation.
Right.
Uhuru rallies MPs to back BBI report.
And down there it says, get things moving, noting that delays in the passing of bills are hurting his Big Four dream. President Kenyatta tells House leadership to fast-track debate, even as he hints at the release of the BBI report and cautions against early campaigns. And Doctor, there is something on top of that headline there, the bad politics there. And President says international community worried about country's stabilities. I think that's a very key thing, and a very legitimate concern that President Uhuru Kenyatta has in line with the early campaigns that we've been seeing in this country. And now he's saying that the international community is worried about the country's stability.
Okay, thank you very much, Miriam. Okay. Thank you very much. The international community, I warn the people. If the president himself is saying they are worried, Matanga said it 6 months ago. Isn't it, Miriam? Isn't it, Professor? And yes. My panel. I am an expert of international relations. Try me, you go wrong. Try me anywhere, in any court, I will defeat you. I told these people a long time ago, and I want to wash my hands. I told you, we have cases in the ICC. You did not want to leave ICC. You don't want to remove work envelope. Hello, wajama, nyenye muko, shida gani nyenye? Aterere. What is the problem here? Let me be very honest. What did I tell Buhari? I told Buhari there will be a 10 million march on your house. You think I brought that topic on Friday for nothing? It's gone. Tomorrow, watch Ambuja, blood flowing. It's not my problem. My role is to warn, because I have studied international systems. Challenge me on any international system that you think I don't know. I can interpret for you chapter 7 of the United Nations Security Council, even when I am half dead and there is one muscle still pumping blood. Usisikilize watu wale ovyo kila mtu anakuja. I know international relations and I tell you a lie. Listen to people who have been there. This is my week. I was born in this week. I don't want to tell Wesonga anything so that he can surprise me early. I'm waiting for the surprise on that day. So, boss, Professor Onyari, at times we behave like the president is realizing today that the international community is very, they got worried a long time ago. The ICC have been here for some time. Don't blame me. I told you I'm now too old to walk. I also needed to sit and look after my grandchildren. This thing is coming. Let Ruto go on flying and flying and flying. It is going to catch up. This time there will be nobody on your side. Because everybody, let me tell you, Deputy President, everybody has seen what you have started. It will be very difficult for even international friends to come and say, Kenya is this. No, because you are not stopping it. His Excellency, the President, should just invoke executive orders, stop all meetings. If people are not advising that way, I am saying, please, take that route, Your Excellency. Use an executive order to suspend these meetings. These meetings are creating religious class struggle and a social class struggle. The product of religious class struggle, if you study the history of Europe, you say from Martin Luther, who disagreed with the Roman Catholic Church, you saw what happened. How many millions died? A religious struggle is taking shape in Kenya because of one man called Ruto. And you don't want to tell him. He's causing a religious struggle. What about the Muslims? What are they going to say? Why doesn't Ruto go to the church, to the mosque, and contribute for the building of the mosque? We are creating so many problems. And when we start talking, some people are telling us not to talk. But this thing is going on slowly, slowly. It is building up. And we are now seeing the president himself saying the international community is catching up with us. Truly speaking, is going to catch up with us. And then soon you will see indictments flowing. They don't need an indictment. They need a start. And we shall be in a quagmire state. We have not prepared the country for elections. We have not prepared the questions for referendum. We have a Chief Justice who has declared the state is functioning on one leg. Yeah, did you know that we are functioning on one leg? We have Nelson Harvey punching that leg to fall. We have all NGOs uniting to bring down the president. So you tell me, Jen, lady and gentlemen, where are we standing? Over to you, Miriam, in the studios.
Well, we
can see my new. I think you are hearing me.
It's fantastic, Doctor. It's fantastic. It's fantastic. The new setup is really nice.
There is no echo.
It's
there
wonderful.
is nothing inside here. This is the best bunker.
It's a bunker. All right. You're safer than me.
Yes.
All right. You're very safe.
That's how we are going to do it. Because we have received a lot of threats. So that is what we are going to do.
All right.
Thank you very much. Viewers, we are on our way to Namanga. So thank you very much. We continue broadcasting. Miriam, over to you. Let's do it.
All right, Professor, there are the questions that Doctor has raised there, and President Kenyatta expressing his concern. I'm sure the international community, they call him, they talk to him about some of these things that are happening, the heightened political activities that have been happening in the country in the past couple of years, and now they're saying they're worried about the country's stability, and President Kenyatta is cautioning against these early campaigns. Is President Kenyatta, worry, legitimate?
Yeah, thank you, Miriam, for that question. The concerns of President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta are legitimate, Miriam. We have said here before, a stable and a peaceful Kenya is good for everyone. It's good for our people. It's good for the region, and it's good for the international community. When he went to France, he was asking this question, Miriam. There is no investor, there is no lender, there is no country in the world which will give you money when they know very well that they will not recover their money. So that's their concern, because now, Miriam, the situation, the climate in the country now is not appealing to the international community, even to myself. Because, Miriam, people are walking around the country as if we are having the election tomorrow, which is not the case, Miriam. What other countries, Miriam, do is you go for an election, you finish that elections, then you enter into the other pillars of development. We deal with economic and the social development of in a country, having dealt with the political, which comes one-time event. But in Kenya, we do it for after election, we start campaigning very immediately, and this has now, Miriam, sent some bad signals to the international community. So it means even this Big Four agenda, they're not going to be realized in terms of manufacturing, affordable housing, food security. It is not going, Miriam, to be realized because the climate is not conducive. Remember, France was giving us 108 billion to do Mau Summit Road. That's when they were posting election the next 30 years. If the ground is like this, will we be able to get our money? So to conclude, the concerns of the president are very legitimate. And what I concur with Dr. Masanga, Miriam, we have reached a point of departure. We have reached a point of departure. And I'm asking this question, nobody has bothered to answer me this question. Perhaps Daniel and Dr. Masanga and Miriam, you help me. Is it the deputy president who nominated the president to be his candidate, or it is vice versa? Even if, Miriam, we are joined at the hip with the Constitution, I think the Constitution is not that rigid. It gives the way out. What happens now, Miriam? We are talking about BBI. We are talking about uniting the country. What is the deputy saying? Honestly, the same government, you are both saying like this. Miriam, even in your own home, even in my home, yes, I give my children, I give my wife, everybody else, they have a say. They say what they want to say, how the home is supposed to be run. But at the end of the day, Miriam, whether I use dictatorial means, I have to say, for us to move as a family, this is the way. So time has come for the president to pay the bullet and say, this is the way to go. And if you are not comfortable with that one, pour it out. Go and start making arrangement for 2022. And Miriam, I don't know whether this country we have overthrown, Miriam. Harder campaigns are prohibited, Miriam. So I don't know what IBC is going to do. If you are doing harder campaigns and the campaigns have not reached, you have broken the law. You are supposed to be charged, Miriam, for the rule of law and good governance. Starting from the president to myself and everybody else, let us follow the rules of the country to take the country forward, Miriam.
Daniel Wesonga there, President Uhuru Kenyatta, even as he rallies MPs to back the BBI report, he also raised concern, and he said that the international community is really worried about the political, situation in the country, saying that the country's stability here, it's really worrying for all the friends of Kenya and for everybody out there, even for investors who could be looking to come in and invest in the country. Country stability is something that really people look at before they even decide, should I visit Kenya or not? So President Uhuru Kenyatta is saying this trajectory that we've taken as a country right now with the early campaigns is not working for the good of this country. What do you say to that? Daniel?
Thank you, Miriam, for that question. And the professor said, when we have an environment where we have frequent political upheaval, we have ethnic tensions, then it doesn't really persuade investors that this is the right country where they can be able to invest their monies. And it really works at the detriment of citizens, at the detriment of local entrepreneurs who want to partner with foreign investors to be able to earn a living from that. And as a student of economics, I believe that whenever a country's politics are stronger than its economics, then you are doomed. Look at the DRC, look at Somalia, look at Nigeria, whatever is happening there. Those are countries which with a lot of natural resources. Those are African countries that have a lot of potential in terms of growing economically. But because they're bedeviled by constant crisis, wars, and tribal tensions, there is no investor who can come in and be able to build substantial industries that can be able to employ the population of young people who are in those countries. And therefore, it results to deficit in their balance of payments, as well as leading to massive unemployment in the countries. So as a president of this country and who is responsible for the prosperity of the country, I think President Uhuru Kenyatta has a very, very genuine concern. And the earlier we stop early politicking, the better for this country. And remember, the deputy president has been on the record, started to campaign immediately after the 2017 election. So that has had a very, very big implication to this country, because you saw whatever happened in Murang'a the other day, Kenol. We lost 2 people. Today, he's busy campaigning in the eastern region in Meru and Embu. So I think it's very unfortunate. And as a professor puts it, coming from number 2 in command of this country, who is also a member of the cabinet, to be out there politicking when the rest of the cabinet have consensually agreed that they are going to concentrate on service delivery. And as I've always called, if William Ruto is not working as agreed by the rest of the cabinet and the president, then he has no business receiving a salary that he has not worked for. Let him resign, and then we shall release him to go and advance his 2022 agenda. That is my input, Miriam.
All right, very well. And quickly on the Sunday Standard, the headlines there says BBI reggae loading as Ruto draws line, and down there it says constitutional reforms in talks with members of Parliament at State House. President joins ODM Chief Raila in stating that BBI reforms are on the way, even as DP Ruto tours Meru and tells Kenyans to reject changes aimed at creating positions for leaders. So down there, President Uhuru Kenyatta is quoted as saying BBI seeks to end the do-or-die attitude at the polls, the fear of losing and what the winner will do to you, as you will be a nobody. The BBI and handshake are meant to stop this and enlarge opportunity for all in a win-win formula. And down there also, a Madeira Member of Parliament, Rigathi Gachagua, is quoted as saying Kenyans should reject being made to swallow the BBI reforms like quinine. And also down there, Laikipia Women Representative Kate Waiguru is quoted as saying, we need to ask if we are ready for the winner-takes-all system that has been problematic in this country. And of course, Nyeri Town Member of Parliament Ngujiri Wambugu is quoted as saying a president wants a situation where all accept poll results without disruptions. And then finally, Malindi Member of Parliament Aisha Juma there is quoted as saying, let them keep talking about the BBI and political posts. We are after the fight against poverty. So BBI reggae really is loading there. Doctor, even as we...
First of all, let me tell you, and I want to tell Kenyans, fellow Africans, BBI is not a political process. BBI is a healing process to heal the nation from the wounds that the nation has had. Any strategist like myself, any conflict resolution expert like myself, anybody who has read political science to the last iota, like I have done, will know that Kenya is injured. To correct the injury, which is caused by elections on every 5 years, Kenya needs to remove electoral mechanisms, roadblocks, obstacles, challenges that Kenya has had during this journey. Failure to do that, then we have a problem. We have a very huge problem here. And let's not pretend to be not having a problem. Let's not tell lies that we don't have a problem. There's a problem here. You can't hold an election in Kenya anymore. And those thinking of 2022, just get down your back, sit down kabisa. Mukai chini kwanza. Hakuna elections hapa 2022. Sizioni. I'm now telling you. That's what the British High Commissioner, the American ambassador, all these guys they are assessing your situation. Until you go through this ritual, produce something that is acceptable, so that when you go to the polls, after voting, each person goes to his home and waits for results and continues to work to produce for the economy of this. Yes. Yes. Hallelujah.
Yes.
Today, I don't care anymore now. I've told you enough. And I've told you you are going to bring more problems. You don't listen to me. You call me a foreigner. It's all right. But I'm a foreigner in Judea. But when I come back to ask the people of Judea, why didn't you listen to me? Don't be annoyed when I ask those questions. Without any expert, don't pretend to be a quack expert trying to advise the government. Honestly, you can't. I am not an advisor of the government, but I am an investigative, mature, well-organized man who has seen 10 military coups and survived them, and I'm here. So what has Ruto seen? What did he see? Even in 1982, it was kitu ilikuwa na anguka. Mwache, sitaki kusema hiyo. Because this is a national television. Yes. 1982, they attempted coup. He was even still very young. I was already in service. Yes, that's the only thing you saw here. But me, I've seen 10 military coups. 10. From 1966. That was the year when he was born. I witnessed the Kabaka Mutesa coup. So, Miriam, either people listen and take advice, or we all perish. The situation is not very good. Let's play the tape of this long-mouthed woman. A woman with a very long mouth and a very different shape, called Juma. What is her name?
It's the member
Aisha
of parliament for
Aisha something, I don't know. You know, somebody is like that, you have been, you are about to go to Langata forever. So you have to shout, and then your boyfriend can help you. Does she have a boyfriend? Is Aisha Juma married? I'm asking for the millions. They have asked me questions here. I don't know. I don't know whether she's married, but let's listen to the tape.
Na BBI hapana tumekataa kabisa. Na BBI hapana tumekataa kabisa. Na BBI Hasla hoye! Hasla hoye! Safari hii tuko nao bampa tu bampa. Watupeleke wapi, watutoe, watuweke wapi, watutoe. Tuko na nani? Tuko na nani? Na BBI hapana tumekataa. Na BBI hapana tumekataa kabisa. Na BBI hapana tumekataa kabisa. Na BBI Hasla hoye! Hasla hoye! Safari hii tuko nao bampa tu bampa. Watupeleke wapi, watutoe, watuweke wapi, watutoe. Tuko na nani? Tuko na nani? Na BBI hapana tumekataa.
All right, welcome back. That is the Malindi Member of Parliament, Aisha Juma, there at that is a rally yesterday together with Deputy President William Ruto in Meru there. Professor.
Professor is not there.
Okay, go ahead, Doctor.
Professor is not there.
I'm here.
Okay, let me pick it from here.
Go ahead.
You have this is the Deputy President of Republic of Kenya. Is he?
He is.
I don't know whether he's the one. Is he the one or somebody?
He is. He is Dr. William Ruto there.
Standing on top of a car. And an MP is shouting, belittling what Uhuru Kenyatta is doing at State House. Jamen, what bewitched us now? What has become of Kenya? Where is the weakness here? Where is the weakness? Time comes when you talk and you get tired. I'm tired, Professor. Professor Nyari?
Yes?
I'm tired. You take it over from me. You maybe do a good another analysis. Me, I have done my best. Please, you can't sit and watch your president being hammered by an MP who is turning her own. When she ordered the people to go and shoot that someone in a rally, Uhuru Kenyatta was not there. Uhuru Kenyatta did not tell her to order her bodyguard to shoot an innocent person. What has Uhuru Kenyatta done wrong here? What has he done wrong? Two, when you look at what is taking place, she's saying we don't care. They have already made up their mind. If you look at the rally that Ngeno, the MP for Mudakidakiti cities, Mudakidakitari, what is that consequence? Dikiri something. You saw the rally he addressed yesterday. Ruto has made up his mind to disorganize Uhuru Kenyatta. I don't know why. People cannot say it openly like I'm saying. We part ways very nicely. Me, even if I'm hated, I am happy. Ruto does not feed me. I have a house which I bought with my money. I did not steal anybody's money to buy my house. I will go home and sleep. In fact, I will even, some of Azungu will wash my hands my legs. Yeah. Si ndio professor?
Yes.
Nani atanifukuza? Niliiba pesa kutoka wapi? Nyumba yangu nilinunua. I'll go home and sleep. You battle with your problems. Because I've had enough. I've done my best. I am the one being singled out here. This guy has told all his people that to reject the BBI. The BBI is not a political process. And let even the government understand it. The moment the government makes it a political process, we have lost it out. Am I wrong, my friend?
You are right.
Am I wrong?
Very right.
If you turn this into a political process, Your Excellency, it is wrong. It will not work. Let this be a government-initiated policy, which does not involve, where you involve administration to make sure that the recommendations are worked on. The parliament does its bit, the administration does its bit. There are so many things that need to be correct in the constitution. You look at in empty heads, an empty head like a child in a child. The height, maybe the energy went in the height. You know, Judge Sinachai was given a mandate to look at areas where the constitution needs, isn't it? Wasn't he?
He was.
All what he did was to drink under women. That's it. Then he becomes some small judge in East African community. Leo mimi sina kitu. Atanifanya nini? Atadu what? Atadu what? Empty. You are a friend of Uhuru Kenyatta. Then because you are bankrupt with so many debts, you think all of us have no debts. I have debts. I have debts. I have not paid million and the rest. They are here. But I have not surrendered. Why do you surrender to somebody because is paying you, you're clearing your bank when you are giving this money to women? Now you blame Uhuru Kenyatta for that. Wacha. Wewe Nyamira, wewe, afire, nyanyi. Wacha wewe. Professor, you people, this is a regime change. Have you heard of somebody leaving his trouser in a house, then he calls you at 3 a.m.? Kuja saidia, my trouser has been taken to a police station. Yeah, what were you doing there? Yeah. Wachana na mimi. I am on my way to Dar es Salaam. Now we shall be broadcasting. In fact, now we shall be broadcasting. Ruto should not threaten people. Ako na shida zake, wizi yake, aliiba. Pesa alitoa wapi? Where does he grow the money from? Where is he growing the money from? Medium, the bedroom, we have checked the bedroom through satellite. We don't see holes. We have not seen gardens of money. We can't speak. What? Mtu moja atakufa, wengine watatake the struggle, man. Yes, but Uhuru Kenyatta will come and bury me. Because he's my friend. But at the moment now, we must speak and defend him. You get my point, Wesonga? We must defend him. Mtu moja asitishatishe president. Aliiba hizi pesa, alitoa wapi? How much is the salary? How much is the salary? Walikuwa wanasema iko people in China, they are Germans in Manyani. Because they are used to throwing people in Manyani. Where?
And he has to borrow a leave from Raila Odinga. I remember
you. People know so many things. Yes. Why? You. Because they are used to throwing people in Manyani. That's what they know, that Manyani cannot produce. And what is this thing that runs in here?
The drone.
The drone. He was shocked. Even I think his mouth, the saliva dropped down. Because instead of dead bodies in Manyani, the drones came out. So he must have been saying, how are we going to come here again?
And I think it was a very good thing for President
And yet,
Uhuru.
those drones, wait, Kasonga, those drones are helping his cows. He has cows there. Now you wait tomorrow, they are going to say, those people are after the cows. Yeah, am I wrong?
No, but is the property, or was that land acquired in the rightful manner? That is the question that now should ask.
No, we are coming slowly. This is the beginning of a journey. We defended the president with integrity. President Uhuru Kenyatta took him to see the people. Miriam, he didn't find there one Muzungu instructing those people. No Germany was there. But his masters of stupidity, people who just pass through schools, and that I'm also a dictator something. Why did the president even appoint such a man? Even a Muzungu, to look at his head, he can run away. The structure of the head is so amorphous. You give such people, you give them. You look at the heads that are lovable. Look, loved. that Tumbi is the head of digital something. My God, digital what? And he writes, he says, the Germans are doing something. Now, when they reach there, they haven't even written back on Facebook to say the Germans are not there, we are sorry. These are systems. There are so many civil servants sitting in the police doing nothing. Why don't you take them to do something very efficient? I'm explaining a government policy here. Yes, Miriam, I've finished my bit. You have seen the tape. Professor, bring in your words. You saw the tape.
Yes,
With this
Dr.
BBI,
Masanga,
with this BBI pass.
in my opening remarks, I did say that Dr. Masanga is very unfortunate. This is a country, Dr. Masanga, where we are supposed to be governed by rule of law. You can't go around the country, you are not the president, you are nobody. And you start coming out of the rooftop of your car and addressing people. Time has come for President Uhuru Kenyatta to act. This kind of meeting should be stopped forthwith. And Miriam, political parties have got code of conduct, which you sign and abide by yourself and bind yourself that this is how you want to carry yourself. MPs like Aisha Juma, disciplinary actions are supposed to be taken to such a kind of members of parliament who are not abiding by the bad rules. She has run away from ODM and she's doing things which are contrary to ODM. Miriam, the road does not allow that. And as Dr. Masanga was putting it, Miriam, do you go to a political rally? It is not your rally. You cause chaos, you kill somebody, and then you turn around to blame now the government? Did the president send you there? What do you expect now? What kind of action now do you want to be taken to you? And there you hear someone in the name of the deputy president, because a deputy president of a country cannot do what he's doing. You cannot oppose BBI I don't know what are the contents. What I know, I gave my views. I don't know whether they were captured. When it will come out and say, oh, this is what you gave, you gave, it has not been captured, I look at the document, then I decide whether to support or not support. And Miriam, from the peace and the conflict point of view, Miriam, we are headed for disaster. I can tell you for free. See where the country was 2017. See what the president did by reaching to the opposition leader, the prime minister, Raila Amolo Odinga. Come together and we take the country forward. Then Miriam again, people are running away from the house, going outside to bring fire to burn the house. Miriam, that is totally acceptable. And I have quoted this one, and let me just reinforce the words of Dr. Masanga. Kenya is not a small country. And for sure, Miriam, let me tell you, apart from this flag, we are for Kenya. This flag. Kenya is under Commonwealth. And you cannot interfere with Kenya causing chaos, causing instability, and the world to watch. Kenya is not Southern Sudan. Kenya is not another country. The stability of this region is wanted, Miriam. There are so many countries, Miriam, around the region, which depends on the stability of Kenya. If Kenya goes in the direction where Miriam, there will be terrorists from here to Atlantic Ocean. So let the deputy president be informed. The world is watching. The world is providing. When it will strike on him, let him not say that he was not warned by Dr. Masanga and will not watch this. But in essence, Miriam, a stable Kenya is good for everyone. And democracy, too much democracy must be limited. Time has come for the president to use his executive power. He was given the sword. He was given the constitution to ensure there is peace and stability in this country so that people's lives and the properties are protected. But if we are going to be wishy-wishy, we may regret. BBI is a redemption strategy aimed at taking this country forward, aiming at that we can go for an election too, and for election we go for our activity. That is all about. This kind of politics, Miriam, now is delaying the legacy of the president. Parliament, members of parliament, the likes of Aisha and others, they are supposed to register. They are supposed to oversight the government. They are supposed to ask why things are not being done. But Miriam, from where I stand, these other campaigns must be stopped at all costs.
These earlier campaigns must be stopped at all costs. And too much democracy, I think they say, killed Rome. Daniel, as we move on to our next subject, what do you make of that video by Malindi Member of Parliament, Aisha Jumwa?
Yes, I think it was beautiful that as an MP, Aisha Jumwa, and as a woman leader, she has been reduced to kind of a stooge that shouts and does all kind of theatrics just to please the man who gives her the money, who bankrolls her. And to me, I tend to perceive her as like someone who has lost her faculties. When you see the kind of language that she is involved in, and the kind of theatrics, they don't really match the kind of stature that Aisha Jumwa should be commanding as an MP and a second-term MP. So to me, what Kenyans need to see, to ask themselves is is it a coincidence that whatever message Aisha Jumwa delivered in Meru yesterday is the same message Ngongo Lake Sierra delivered in Kericho yesterday, portraying a BBI as a document which is not for the people of Kenya and which is meant to create political seats for some few individuals. So to me, I think William Ruto is using his allies to fight the good agenda. And Dr. Matsanga has categorically stated that this is not a document for politicians. It's not a political process. It's a document that is meant to oversee changes in the way we govern ourselves, in that the winner does not take it all, so that every one of us feels that they are represented in the government of the day after casting their votes. And that is what we need to do. Lastly, Miriam, I need to ask our fellow Kenyans, is it by coincidence that people who have been accused of various crimes, corruption, killings, and other various forms of social evils always run to the deputy president? Is it by coincidence that people who have been thrown into political oblivion and people who are previously in government but now the voters rejected them, like Boni Halwale, Johnson Muthama, Hassan Omar Hassan, always find solace in the deputy president? Dr. Matsanga has talked about people who are being chased after by auctioneers. Is it by coincidence that they follow the deputy president? And if they are following the deputy president, what is the common denominator that brings them together? It is this corruption money that the deputy president has accumulated over time that forms the bait that brings these people together. And therefore, they are not there because of a political principle or maybe a political agenda that really concerns the people of Kenya, but the money that comes with it. So to me, I think these are people who are there to waste the time which should be utilized to propagate the agenda of the president. There are people who are there, who are paid to insult the president and any like-minded leader. And for the deputy president, I would really like to urge him to borrow a leaf from Raila Odinga in 2005 when he was in government as the Minister of Roads. And time came when the government wanted to change the constitution. And Raila Odinga and his allies, including William Ruto and Uhuru Kenyatta, went for the no side of the divide, which was opposing the changes in the constitution. What did they do? They were relieved of their duties as cabinet members, and they went to support their side without being in the cabinet. So the most noble thing for William Ruto to show leadership also today, in that he has really determined his fate in not supporting the BBI, he should also mobilize his allies, and they walk out of the government, out of the cabinet, before they can be able to advance a different view against the agenda of the government, because the government is so much involved in this process, because it's a process for all Kenyans. So if he wants to oppose it, let him oppose it outside the government, but not as the deputy president of the Republic of Kenya. It doesn't shed the right picture for this republic, Miriam.
All right, very well. Thank you. Thank you, Daniel Wesonga there. Doctor, the danger of the Kenyan domestic skies. I think you addressed this earlier on at the start of the show. Do we get into it, or we just jump right into the other topics in consideration of time?
Let me just say one or two words about the situation of the skies. Then you Ambassador Maina is trying to get into this thing. Allow him to come in and we see. He's trying to get, he has just sent in very many messages here. Yeah, you can now try. Ambassador.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, the government should move very fast and regulate the skies of Kenya. We are in uncertain times. Miriam, I want to tell you, yesterday when I went for my training, marine training, I'm doing marine gymming. In that means I do all my exercises in water. Go under and then do that. There's a trainer training me at 6 o'clock every morning. And as I was, I did an exercise with this gentleman. He was also in the spa doing his massage. And he came to we talked for about 10 minutes as he was dressing up to go. That is the senator of the governor of Narok. He said he was going for a meeting. I said, I came in from my swimming pool from the swimming pool and they found him there. They said, why you are so early today? Said, I have very many meetings today, the burial, and this and that and that. And we talked. He's my great friend. Whenever we meet, thank you very much, Mr. Maina. We have seen you, Ambassador, Your Excellency Maina, from Paris. But you can open, if you can open the video that we can see you. Mm-hmm. Yes. I am in a very many miles away from Nairobi. We are heading to Dar es Salaam to go and cover up the elections. So today we are in our mobile unit. Yes, well mechanized, ready for Ruto. So in this situation now, there is a need for the government to come in and regularize the airspace domestically of Kenya. Look at that helicopter that was going to kill this noble man. You have seen the pictures of a Muzungu putting fuel with a jerrycan inside the helicopter. So, what is this joke all about? It's the same helicopter. Even a layman on the ground was saying it has refused to take off. Imekata kupanda. They should have stopped the helicopter and said, sorry, let's start driving. But because everybody here gets excited, and I'm not going to dwell much on this subject, we have very important things that we are going to discuss. I, David Nyekorat Matanga, I don't fly in helicopter in Africa. Period. Even if my mom, the only last one, is dead, I'll drive by road. If Museveni can allow me to bury her. Are you hearing me? Mm-hmm. By road. But I'll never use a helicopter in Africa. A helicopter almost killed me, killed Kisano, killed Riaka Macha. Have you seen how many people were in it? Dr. Matsanga, Dr. Riaka Macha, Kisano, and guess who? Ruakana Rugunda. We are in Garamba Park coming from seeing Konyi. After meeting Konyi and his troops, the UN put us on, made a very terrible mistake. Put all of us VIPs on one helicopter. A UN helicopter, well serviced. And when we took off from Garamba Park, heading towards Juba, we met rain. We met rain in the skies. And when the helicopter meets rain, it has to go down. So it came down. Now, my dear, those listening to me and watching me, this is where the nightmare is. Now we are landing down in Garamba Park. Guess what was in Garamba Park? Where we are landing is a lake, a swamp disguised as land. You know that moving swamp. I think you know it, all of you Africans, you have been there before. This is a moving lake. So, the helicopter, one side of the helicopter starts sinking. All of us, Kisano, President Kisano, Riaka Macha, Rugunda, we looked at each other, we said, hallelujah. I told them, let's start praying. You have been refusing my words. Let's pray. The pilot of the helicopter, this is life. David Matanga will never step in a helicopter. Wallahi ya Mungu. Wallahi ya Mungu. Even if it is my mother who is dead, the only one whom Museveni has not dismantled, still alive. I will not go by helicopter. So the helicopter started sinking. The captain does not speak English. He speaks very little English. From Romania. So I had to stand up and knock the door. You will take the thing up. So now, have you seen what we are fighting now? Up, rain is saying, go down. Down, the water is nowhere to land. This is a lake in Garamba Park. Now, we start flying towards nowhere. We didn't know where to go now. Avoiding the rain. You know, whenever you see a thunderstorm, you have to go. Do you know where we ended? We ended up in Uganda territory. No permission, no what? No permission, no what? Within a few seconds, Uganda Air Force was on our 6 of them. They were here, 6 this way, said down, go down. And we are taken, escorted to, and the captain tried to tell them, we have on board President Chisano, we have the Deputy President of South Sudan, we have Dr. Ruakana Rugunda, we have LRA Chief Negotiator and the mediator of the peace talks, Dr. Matsanga. Hey, when they heard that, they thought me had come to do some damage in Uganda. They said, bring it down. You hear me? And that is the truth I'm telling you. We landed in Gulu. We are given another plane by President Museveni to return us to Juba. Now this is a 2-engine plane. We left that UN helicopter there. So for me, the people who play around here, they are using helicopter like a matatus. The sky of Kenya is full of matatus. They live very early. They are nightclubs, very early in the morning, AM. And they run to helicopter. It's very bad. Helicopters. The government of Kenya, let's not waste much time on this subject. I have said it all. I've given you an example. I am a testimony. I will never use a helicopter.
All right.
I'm very sorry. They should regularize the sky. Miriam, thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. And Ambassador Maina Ghana, thank you for joining us and a very warm welcome to you. So right now, we just moved to the rest of the topics in Africa. We were looking at the topics surrounding Kenya for the past an hour and a couple of minutes there. So now let's just jump into the other topics in Africa, and we start with Nigeria. A 10 million march in Abuja and across the world. Over the last 2 weeks, an outpouring of support for Nigeria's protesters has played out on Twitter with various hashtags, but predominantly hashtag End SARS. SARS stands for the Special Anti-Robbery Squad, and of course accusations of SARS officers robbing, attacking and even killing people go back years, but a new wave of protest started at the beginning of October. So what has made these protests different and perhaps brought to the attention, to the international attention, because this was not the first time that Nigeria has had this protest, but this year it has been different and has been brought up to the international attention there. So what is it that is different now compared to what is happening?
Just leave us to Swagane.
All right.
What to begin now? Yes, what to begin now? I know the feelings of this man here. The ambassador, His Excellency, I know his feelings. So now let him bring it here. Bring it on. Today I'm ready for you. Let me tell you frankly, Your Excellency, Ambassador, we saw this problem coming. We tried to help them. His Excellency went and told them, things are not very good. The whole world is watching. People are being killed in Nigeria, southeast Nigeria, there are killings. Let's not be beat about the bush. I am not an apologist of Buhari, neither do I eat at Buhari's house. Does he feed me? He was in the military like I am. I'm also a military man. Kama nataka kuja tukutane tupigane. One blow will go down in point. Tamaliza. Let him not threaten. He threatens Nigerians, but not us East Africans. Akuja hapa. Tutampiga. You know, some of these presidents are very stupid. Like that one of Nigeria, very, very bad. This problem has been growing and growing and growing and growing and growing. He has not tried to help Nigeria. He has not tried to help international scene. He has not tried to help himself. 84 million people registered to vote. On the 28th voted. You tell me the rest went where? 54 million kept quiet at home. You remember? 54 million. 28 million voters came to cast a vote in which Buhari won. I don't want to go into those problems because we know democracy was an important thing according to my theorists. Ambassador, His Excellency, we don't know what, we don't have even a manual for democracy. So there is nothing that we are going to say that might be helpful here. We don't have a manual. Now, 54 million, these are Igbo people. Out of 220 million Nigerians, 120 or 100 million are Igbo. You will not kill them and finish them. You will not finish them. I feel so agitated. In 1967, you killed them. They did not die quick, all of them. Now, what Mr. Buhari has done, a few months ago, somebody imported daggers. My brother here will tell us what a dagger is, because he comes from that area which uses daggers. A dagger, 100,000 daggers. Warrior, with a sword. He gave them swords. When the Igbo go to Ambuja, they are told, go home. When they go to Enugu, up in Kano, they are said, go back home. So where is the home? The problem of Nigeria is growing and growing. It has grown. Today, tomorrow, there will be a very big demonstration in Ambuja. That's the beginning of a decline of a regime. Remember, there's one thing, one message I want to pass, and he will agree with me. There's a military coup coming in Nigeria. I've already picked the wires. If you disagree with me, Ambassador, you tell me. I'll ask you very shortly.
All right. Ambassador.
I bumped into Obasanjo live in Kempiski. I know what is coming up. So don't underrate my words. And I don't eat Buhari's food. What is he? That Buhari there.
And what? You know, the former president of Obasanjo.
We are the ones who fought for him. I don't know why people like Osuji, the ICC man, why is he quiet when his people are being slaughtered? Osuji and I campaigned. We wanted to ban the ambassador, Nigerian ambassador, High Commission in London. He jumped through the window. I caught his trousers, I tore it. I wanted to ban him when he had fixed. You see, he had fixed, you know whom he had fixed? He had fixed this Obasanjo and Chief Bashut Abiola. And the other guy called the writer, the man who Ken. Yes. We were demonstrating every Friday. The ambassadors came and pretended to run. I caught his trouser. That is how I have fought for Nigeria. Many times. I'm not a Nigerian, but these people are suffering. These people are suffering. Is it self-inflicted wounds? Who inflicted the wounds? Mm-hmm. Don't tell me any other theory today. The theory is a solution.
All right.
Don't tell me, Ambassador, don't bring any theory today. I'm not in a mood. Because if you bring
today
theory...
is Sunday. Today is Sunday.
It's Sunday, but I'm not going to listen. Give me solution. What do we do?
Yeah, and Doctor, we are getting that. It's interesting you've mentioned former President Olusegun Obasanjo, who has been very critical of President Buhari. Matter of fact, just I think was it in August there, he said Nigeria was turning to be a basket case under President Buhari, and of course, President Buhari responded in kind on the 1st of October when the country was celebrating its 60th Independence Day there. But now, this protest, Ambassador Minor, has been happening a few years, but this year seems to be very different. And of course, President Buhari came out and said he has, disbanded the SARS unit, that is a special anti-robbery squad. There, he said he has disbanded that unit, but Nigerians keep going out in the streets. Is there more to what we are seeing outside of End SARS? Is there something more that perhaps we don't know is happening there in Nigeria?
Well, as I was saying, today is Sunday. I decided to be just an observer without any comment. But Dr. Matsanga is pushing me to bring the solution. As I know, Nigeria...
So you can as well keep quiet, and I hammer you more.
I don't have any issues.
Well,
I am here to listen.
Because I hammer you more.
Doctor, he's here, so he's present, so maybe you can just say something. Yes, go ahead.
What I'm saying, if there anyone know Nigeria very well, I'm on the panel right now. I'm number one, and Nigeria is one of the difficult countries to run in this world. Believe me, my dear, it's not a piece of cake. It's not a mandazi. One of the difficult countries to head. Number one, Buhari has inherited a country with a lot of problems. He's not the cause of the problem. We can say, I think you invite me to say something, Doctor. Right? So, number one. And number two, you see the SARS, the one they are saying, SARS problem has started since when the President Babangida was in power. There is one powerful IG, they call him Tafa Bolugu. He was the Inspector General of Police. This Inspector General of Police, they find out inside only Lagos, he was having 45 police stations running by himself without the government knowledge. Because for me, I'm always telling the team that if we are talking politics, I don't want to blame. I want to see what is the problem, what's the roots of the problem. So since those days, Nigerian police, who's the part of SARS, this anti-robbery, they has taken some steps that they are abusing the people without the knowledge of the government. And as I was saying, for me, I am a politician. If we want to fix problem with emotion, it's just not going to last. It's 2 minutes. What problem President Buhari is doing is trying to hit the people very hard to bring them on the table and to find a solution. That's how things go. We need to understand, Dr. Matsanga, a country like Nigeria, 90% of the Nigerians, they are just task-oriented. They are not goal-oriented or purpose-oriented people. They're just reacting. Human beings are more followers than leaders. So if there is anything happening, we are using our empathy with sympathy to try to mix it and just to find this immediate solution that is not taking us nowhere. Now, when we are saying that Buhari is a cause of problem, yes, if you are a head of state, anything happening, you will pay the price. That's true, right? And many Nigerians are dying. These issues have not started today. It's a long way. In Africa, many people are dying, not only in Nigeria. People are dying in South Sudan, in Congo, DRC. People are maybe Guinea-Conakry, in Ivory Coast, wherever. You just talk even about many countries. So in Africa, the issues is how do we go about it? Do we have any solution? Do we have any headway? Do we have a plan to get sure that we can get to the root of the cause and fix it? This is my opinion, and I'm asking Professor to give me a headway. Do we have any proposal is in one going on in Nigeria. What can you advise if you are a special advisor?
Before Professor comes in and answers your question, Ambassador, what I want to know is, from what you're seeing, because you've seen President Buhari came out and said he has disbanded this unit and all that, but Nigerians keep insisting they're going out in the streets. You're not addressing our issues. Has killed our children, has killed our brothers and husbands and all that. So you're not really, by disbanding them, you're not solved this problem. So is there more than just meet the eye from these protests we've been seeing in Nigeria?
One, I can tell you, human being want you to do a magic. Magic is not existing. These people are doing damages more than 28. He disbanded the unit now. But now we have to have a process at least to see how we can bring justice to these people. But how do you want them? Do you want Buhari to collect 2 million people and go and shoot them? Is that fix the problem? I think no. Am I right or wrong? The population, you go out now, they disband the unit, and you have people you are asking now, you have not solved our problem. How do you want him to solve the problem? The problem means he need to prepare now a special investigation to track these people to know who is guilty or who is not, and start to bring justice for the people. But Nigerian, you go on the street. That's what I'm telling. This democracy has made us so busy that we don't even have nothing to do. Even everything we need it right now. It's not going to happen.
So democracy is the problem.
Has given us a lot of pain. Democracy has kept young people. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Professor.
Yeah, I want to.
This thing of democracy. No, wait first. I don't know whether he has been Prof, wait first. This thing of my brother here bringing saying democracy. Please leave it. There is no democracy with Buhari. Buhari does not know democracy. Any man who has overthrown. No, wait. Any man who has overthrown a government can have democracy.
That is African democracy. That is African democracy. That's what we are doing.
There is no democracy. Ambassador, okay. I respect you.
So we agree today there is no democracy in Africa. We all agree then.
It is not there. Where is it?
Thank you, Professor. You need to write it down.
There, Buhari will kill it. That's how bad he is. He has come to finish Biafrans. And a finished the war. You remember he was a general with Gowan. Why are you not telling people the truth? This man was a general with Gowan. Him, Gowan, and others, they have come to finish the Igbo.
Now he's a civilian.
I'm going to keep quiet. I'm going to cry for my Igbo people.
He's the chief of commander.
Yeah, yes. But he's a civilian. He's not talking about the army. So, Professor, go ahead.
Professor, I want to say that I want to be very fair with Ambassador Maina, whether he has been to any class of peace and conflict, okay. Whether he knows what are the triggers. If you have been, then I'm addressing you. Then if you have not, it will be another subject for another day. How did the uprisings in Arab uprisings come into being? In Tunisia. It was almost sweeping all the North Africa, the Maghreb countries.
The Arab Spring.
Yes. Simply because you see what happened to that youth, that Oka. Why are you not telling us that the special anthropology squad, what did it do? And Maina, if you mistreat God's people, you have got a date with God. And this is what has come to President Buhari. Maina, you have said Nigeria, it is a complex, it cannot. It is just Nigerians are human beings just like you, like another country. And when it comes, Maina, with self-determination, if people say that they want this, no matter whether you can want to kill them or remove them, you cannot stop them simply because they want. The Biafra, the Hippo, no matter, I don't know how long it will take, but they will have their state. They will have to determine their way forward. And as if you are saying now, the killing of this young man,
there is one thing that I know.
And Robert Squad, what the president has done is reaction, but he has not addressed the underlying core issues of the people of Nigeria. This one, has only triggered. Minor, you cannot assume that 10 million people can come in the streets and you assume, Minor ambassador, you can take off. And listen to Masanga, what Dr. Masanga is saying. On this one, Buhari is going on. Why is he not using the same seal to tackle Boko Haram? Why is he not using the same power, the same force to deal with Boko Haram? And remember, when he was campaigning to be the president of Nigeria, my memory tells me, he said that as a general, he will crush Boko Haram. So I want to conclude my remarks by submitting and saying that in Africa, we have got a problem. Our democracy is wanting. Don't blame the people that it is because of the democracy. People are resisting autocracy, dictatorship. And you can agree with me. Mine, I don't know whether you know what's happening in Nigeria. You don't know how the Biafra people are being murdered every now and again. They are being told from wherever they go, any other federal state in Nigeria, that fuck off and go. And they are in the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So, Miriam, Minor, the world, we cannot sit and watch. That now you have said Enda Spencer and Robert Squad. No, they have replaced it with another name. So the really issues of the people of Nigeria must be attended to. And the sooner you give the people, the Biafra state, the time to choose how they want to be governed. Do they want to be in the Raja Nigeria, or they want to go their own way? At some point in life, I don't know it can be done today, tomorrow, but that decision must be decided by the people of Igbo. I submit.
Thank you.
Let me come in, Doctor. As you're talking about Nigeria, there is two things I have discovered. We African, we want independence, right? We want to be free. But for now, as my view, any part of this Africa getting an independence is one extra problem in Africa, either we like it or not. Let us not use, because I'm not using empathy. I'm not the kind of person that, sympathize with somebody because the person is feeling pain. I have to feel his pain. I have to want to know that what kind of pain he's going through. We have example of South Sudan. Since they get independent, there has not been Africa. I'm coming. If Amazonia get independence, Biafra, they are only becoming liable.
Why don't you give Why don't you give the Chadians, the ones who want their independence in your country?
It's just the liability. It's the liability. It's just the liability to Africa. They become liability to Africa. They become liability to UN, to become liability to the world. At the end of the day, to the whole world, it's a liability.
So
after giving the independence 2 years, you start killing each other. We need to bring UN to start bringing the peace in the country.
You take away from Soviet Union, Minor, and those countries not independent.
We are talking about our Africa. We are not talking about Soviet Union. Since South Sudan have taken their independence, what have they done for Africa? They have caused only pain to Africans. They have caused pain to African Union.
Why have you also oppressed some the black Chad like you from getting independent?
Because it's a liability. It's just to bring. They are going to fight.
Are you a liability to Chad? Are you a liability to Chad?
Yeah, I'm a leader.
Are you a liability?
I am coming. Let me explain to you.
Professor.
You come.
I'm giving you one example. I'm giving you one example.
Yes. So what you're saying
South Sudan has taken independence. They have given more pain in Kenya than prosperity. Am I right or wrong?
Whoa.
Let us see the truth, because a lot of South Sudanese, they kill each other. They have to run to another country or go and help in the union. We need to unite. For how long? They will solve for how? That is the problem. We are complaining. You want them to solve. That is if another new one when you create it in Nigeria.
So
we are debating here. Everybody has to give
you're saying
his view. My view for now.
Yes,
for
Ambassador.
now,
what
we African, we need to be more united than be divided.
Okay, so you're saying these areas in Africa that are agitating for independence is not the right time because it might just cause
not even
more
the
problems.
Good ideas, because even you see European countries, they are coming together to become powerful. We are dividing ourselves, going to where? And until now, we are gazelle. They are eating us, and we continue to disbandle ourselves. When are we going to have power then? When are we going to have economic power? Economic power, the countries have to come together. Military power, we have to come together. Political power, that's why European now.
But Ambassador, how do we address some of these issues that these people are raising in regards to their being in those countries and they're feeling they're being treated like second-class citizens?
People who are oppressed and mistreated.
So they're saying
the issues is Professor. African system, not even in Kenya, not everywhere.
Okay.
I was watching the debate before you introduced me. Everywhere human beings are complaining because they did not set the base. They don't have purpose. We don't have purpose. I tell you, we are just a task-oriented people. They are giving us instruction to do things. How do you want us to move on? We don't have goal. We don't have purpose. We will end up all our life discussing, debating, stressing ourselves. But the issue is, what is our purpose? Do we want to be united to be a powerful Africa, to face China, to face Europe, and to face America? Or we want to complain about one person? This is our problem. What is our purpose? I'm asking you guys.
What is our purpose? Daniel, come in.
Daniel,
yes. Just because we want this so much elusive togetherness and unity, should we overrun the millions of lives that have been lost in Cameroon, in the Amazonia? Should we overrun the atrocities that are being committed in the Biafra region of Nigeria? Should we overrun a lot of killings that are happening in Central African Republic just because we want to remain together? Should we be complacent to the status quo? So to me, I think the problem that we have in South Sudan is so unique to them, and they can be able to solve it themselves. And I believe the kind of suffering, the kind of persecution that they were facing under the government in Darfur are not the kind of problem that they are facing today. They might be facing a problem, yes, but not a much bigger problem that they were facing before they separated from the Greater Sudan. So to me, I feel that the cause that has been always been advanced by the people of Biafra, the people of Amazonia, need to be considered, and that is even in the UN Charter for self-determination. So I think it is only right that since Paul Biya and the successive federal governments of Nigeria have refused to heed to the cries of the people of their respective countries, to the rape, the murder, and the killing that have been going on in those regions, to offer them an opportunity to determine themselves. Until they are given that freedom, then we can be able to prove whether they'll be able to hold together or they fall apart like the Southern Sudan. But we cannot just give a blanket assumption that whenever we give the people of Amazonia or the people of Biafra the liberty to determine their fate, they'll fall into a civil strife like we have in South Sudan. That is only but a few case studies which cannot be used to justify the kind of oppression and the kind of persecution that goes on there, Ambassador.
Doctor.
Thank you very much, Miriam. While you are aware, I think the issue of Nigeria needs a whole day so that we can battle the ambassador.
Okay.
Because ambassadors seem to be lost in an amnesia, a political amnesia that destroys Africa. Most intellectuals like him are destroyed by saying, if we divide the countries, we shall have chaos. Yes, it's true, smaller countries. But you cannot allow a small clique to oppress 80 million people.
Yes,
80 million, 100 million people. They demanded a referendum. Give it to them. You can stagger the day when they can get independence. You can tell them you'll get independence in 2032, but you have won your referendum. That is all what brought Nigeria to where it is. And the people, it's a small right. You can even steal that referendum if you want. But you have refused them referendum. You are now sending people to kill them. If we show you the clips that we get every day from inside Onitsha, Enugu, Port Harcourt, all those areas of eastern, southeastern Nigeria, they are very pathetic. We can't show them here. But the point here is this. You have a stand that there are countries in Africa that have let us down after getting independence. Your point is valid. But then it does not mean we should actually ignore the rest of others who are being marginalized. Nigerians are very educated people. The films that you have been watching in your bedroom, one of the rooms is full of films. Which African country has got a film industry?
Movie and politics is two different highway.
No, the films that you must relax your brain. It doesn't mean you are politicking. You watch for Nigerian films. I know one of your sons watches those films. Don't tell a lie here.
He's saying, it's different.
Nigerians are civilized. Mm-hmm. They need on the state. If you go to NASA, you get Nigerian. You go to London School of Economics, there's an Igbo man teaching.
I don't agree with you, Dr. Matsanga, because the countries who has left us down, the people who are getting their independence was the PhDs. But you see how they let us down. You know, and I know, I don't want to call the name. They are doctors, they are PhDs holders. But when they get the power now, they own 700 million. They don't even know what they did with the money. Mm-hmm. Huh? Mm-hmm. Let me explain to you, school. You know, education is not something that we need to rely too much to run a country. We need wisdom.
I'm talking about PhD. I said educated.
Yeah, but education is PhD, right?
No.
We are talking they are doctors, but they can come at the end of the day, they start fighting and go take $700 million to Qatar.
By some. But
Ambassador, would you agree that when it comes to South Sudan, there are also other factors that have come into play outside of South Sudan that really has made the situation to be what it is today, including other countries that have been widely mentioned, from IGAD. So perhaps, as much as we know what happened in South Sudan and still they're trying to rebuild their country, but as much as we want to use it as an example as to why other places should not be allowed the freedom to choose whatever they want to do with their future as a people, South Sudan might not be perhaps the right example for us to look at, because the chaos in South Sudan has other factors that has completely denied the country the stability that it deserves. So that other things also we should consider when you're looking at South Sudan, and a lot of factors from outside South Sudan that have come into play. Proxy wars and all that, and other countries in IGAD and all that. So it's a lot in South Sudan there. So right now, perhaps we move next to our next story that is in South Africa. And of course,
I think, Miriam, the story of South Africa, I'll deal with it tonight.
All right, so we leave that alone.
Leave it out.
Okay.
There is something that is very intriguing that I want to bring to the attention of Ambassador and other people.
Very well. Go ahead.
And that is, have you ever heard of this story? I've been telling you Kenyans, and you don't. You see, can I read it for you, Miriam?
Yes.
Somalia campaigns start as ex-Shabab leader gets a nod. There you are.
Is it the same leader that was elected as a member of parliament? Yes. Is it the same person? Mm-hmm.
Yes.
They reformed Al-Shabaab.
It means they are taking over now. That's all news, breaking news. Somalia. That's breaking news. Miriam, mark it down. We shall come to it. Let's rush quickly to one country which is also under siege. Mm-hmm. And we need the expertise of the ambassador here.
Yes, Ivory Coast, and of course on October 31st.
By the way, you don't know ambassador is an expert in the French-speaking colonies.
And also today, Guinea is having its elections today. President Alpha Conde.
Cote d'Ivoire is in chaos again, another war looming.
And Guinea
what
also.
Do you think? Mm-hmm.
Yes. So
as you say, I'm an expert. Yes, I agree. And we need to understand that the French colony system and English and British is totally different.
True.
Basically, if you have discovered in Africa, the majority countries who have been able to change the constitution and the president to stay longer in power, only French countries, right? And they succeeded. At the end of the day, if you go to the French system, being in power for long is not a big deal. The issue is what are you doing for the country?
What are you doing
Since
for
me,
your country, or what are you doing for France? Which one? Then?
What are you doing for the country, and how are you good with France? France is our boss, whether we like it or not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, indeed, you look at the way he's seated in France. He's seated on the marble.
Let the ambassador finish. Ambassador,
no,
go ahead.
Have you? No, wait, Miriam. Look at where he's seated.
He has a beautiful background today. He has a beautiful background.
Those came from Africa. Look.
You know, we don't.
You owe me. You owe me a lot.
All right. Before you pay the debt, ambassador.
We don't. Yeah.
Yes, go ahead.
We don't see the worst case scenario in politics. We see the best case scenario. Why? Because every challenge we are going through, let us take it as a stepping stone to make sure that the next time we are not going to do the same mistake. We all know here that Western people has gone more deeper problem in their life than we in Africa. When we talk about World War I and II, if you see the killing, whatever, we have not done it. We live in one of the best time in this world now. Those small issues are just the minor issues that we can fix them. Let's go back to Cote d'Ivoire. I don't think that I'm avoiding. This Cote d'Ivoire, I am behind Ouattara. I want him to take the power because when you see the time frame Ouattara has taken the power in Cote d'Ivoire, I'm coming.
Okay, hold on. Let him build his case. Alassane Ouattara.
So the time frame Ouattara has been in power, the 10 years, if you see the change in Ivory Coast, it's tremendous. He has changed a lot of things. But the issue is that we in Africa here, we are playing the game of advantage. If you don't have your advantage, you demonize the other person. You can paint it black. That is because we was personal interest. That is, the game of personal interest is playing a lot in Africa, that you use it on your advantage to victimize you and your people to make sure that the other guy is very bad. Maybe if you calculate the Queen Elizabeth, since I was not born in the power, but we can't talk about it because we say this is not the part of democracy, but we see what Ouattara have done just 10 years. Why we cannot talk about it? There is a lot of countries, depend on how you want to build the system of your country. Why do you want me to copy your system? I can do my system that only I can elect MPs and ministers and the president.
But let's talk about the constitution. Let's talk about the constitution even as we look at that and the violation that has happened there in Ivory Coast in regards to Ouattara running on a third term that is essentially against the constitution of Ivory Coast. Can you
remember, he said that he was not going to change the constitution.
Yes.
Can I finish?
All right, go ahead.
We are talking about the constitution. First time, Ouattara said he's not going to present himself, and after he changed his mind, and he tell you that based of the circumstances happening, that my candidate who's supposed to replace me has passed away, I decide. We are talking French here. You have to listen to someone when he's saying something. That means that this power is the generation, is planned, is already set up. He said, my candidate. Mean that he is the one putting the other guys in power, even if you go out. We need to understand that. When you are a common man on the street, you are just using too much empathy. But when you listen what these people are doing, they plan it for 10, 20, 40 years for us. He said that the person who's going to replace me pass away. So mean that I don't trust the other guys. And you know that in Africa, as soon as their camp is not on the power, they will be, you know what is going to happen at the end of the day. That is what's going on in Africa. That's what we have to understand. We have to agree what is the problem, what is how the system is going through. But we don't want to see the truth.
Part of the problem, Ambassador, is the constitutional coups that we see in this continent. We cannot play a blind eye and just decide. Because this is what happens. Because this is what happens. Now, of course, the leading...
Miriam,
yes.
Allow me to report to mine a bit.
Go ahead.
I know we don't have time,
Go
but
ahead,
let me
Professor.
just have this.
Go ahead.
Minor, Ambassador Minor, are you really an African?
Very good question.
He's an African, I believe.
Yes. You are feeling an emotion for Africa. Do you know
politics, there is no emotion after using empathy to the world. It's not going to work.
Fine. I'm posing questions so that you start re-examining yourself. Do you want to tell me that if the one who was supposed to have succeeded him died, you want to tell the people for Cote d'Ivoire there is no another person who can take over? Let me tell you this. I had an opportunity to speak to the right Nkurunziza. He had also come with the fund saying, oh, I changed the constitution, I did not serve this one. But when I engaged him the way I'm engaging him, and he had the feeling for the Burundi people, this is what he has said, that God has created men and women in Burundi who can take Burundi into another level. Minor, there are men and women in Côte d'Ivoire who can take Côte d'Ivoire forward. And if you want to say that, you want to tell us to believe, we have watched what's happening in Côte d'Ivoire. In fact, the reign of Ouattara has been a disaster. He promised an elephant, he came home with a squirrel. Why do you think if it's an angel, as you are trying to say, why are the people putting out for an election? It is because the field is not leveled. People have said, you just go and elect yourself because you want to become a president. Minor, I can tell you for sure. I and Dr. Masanga, we predict what will happen in most countries in Africa, and it has come to pass. Côte d'Ivoire is not going to be the same as you are painting. There is more going to be seen. I want you to say, and the opportunity, Minor, you have to speak with some of these presidents in the continent of Africa, and you being an expert, and you have got an opportunity to have an engagement and a discussion with us. Tell them to do the right things and tell them to take things which takes Africa forward. We should be very patriotic to Africa. Let us love Africa. Let us do the good things. The fact that the West failed for many years does not mean that Africa will follow that route. Africa fought during the First World War. Africans fought during the Second World War. And that one had got nothing to do with Africa. It was their own civil war. Minor, we should be able to give people the correct information. That's why we are here. We are not just anybody in the streets. Our opinion is listened. Our opinion matters. And even when these African heads of states hear what we discuss, they take it very serious.
Mm-hmm. So, Daniel, President Ouattara, of course, had handed over. He was not going to run until the person that he had preferred to come to take after him, died there. And now he decided to run again, and that was challenged. And, of course, the Constitutional Court there gave him a green light to run for a third term. And the court reasoned that due to a constitutional amendment in 2016, Ouattara's first 2 terms in power did not count. But when he was giving up that power to somebody else, he knew what the Constitution said. So what really changed?
Don't worry. Let me answer. Miriam, my brother here cannot tell you a truth. But he says some things are true, some are wrong. Ouattara started changing the constitution when the man had not died.
Yes.
So maybe when the death is suspect now.
He is the one who should be charged for murder of the prime minister. You are right. Because he came and killed him in order to go ahead. Miriam, not that topic. We start tomorrow with him because he's in Paris right now. And in Paris, go near the Nigerian embassy. You'll see how many millions how many hundreds of thousands are crowded there. They want to ban the embassy. London, let me tell you what is in London. Let's switch on to Uganda. Bring Uganda now, my country. Bring it. You spare your notes tomorrow. Bring Uganda now, it's live.
All right.
Bring what is in London on Uganda is worse. Bring it on.
All right, Doctor, introduce us.
Right now, it's live. It's live. I've sent it to Stephen.
All right, very well. It's there.
They're even chatting my name. I am not there. Hey, I told you they will call me. But I'm not there.
All right.
The situation in Uganda, the situation in Uganda is deadly. The man has arrested. Miriam, finish on that. Quick note, on the 5 minutes, we finish. These topics, we do them tomorrow in the afternoon in the Diaspora Dispatches.
All right, there I think the video is playing there.
That's it. This is the end. The Uganda, Tanzania is having election on Tuesday. Isn't it?
Where is this protest happening? That is not in Uganda? That is in London?
It's not in Uganda. It's in London. That's the Metropolitan Police in London.
I see banners there saying Museveni must go. That is the rally.
Right now, they are near Trafalgar Square. Some have besieged the embassy.
I can say that this democracy or whatever election has wasted a lot of energy for Africa, and I wish that we are having a purpose to rebuild Africa in a different way, like Chinese, without talking about election democracy, at least for 30, 50 years to become powerful after talking those ones. Because now
this man is a very big dictator. Ambassador Maina, I think.
No, but Doctor, but you've also been raising concerns about the democracy we have, and
not in democracy. I've been raising
in Africa
about the election.
And you've also suggested in
even
China
this election, it's just they bring it, to divert our attention, to divert our focus. We normally, for me, if you ask me, we was not ready for that. We want to.
Hello.
Yes, Doctor.
We're supposed to be like China.
Good afternoon, my Ambassador Maina. Hold it. Good afternoon. Where are you calling from?
Yeah, it is Sydney. I'm calling from Cameroon.
Oh, you are calling from Cameroon. Yes. Go ahead.
Yes, I just get into the program now, and I'm just following up. But now, like this, I'm really stressed up and tired. Can you please help me talk about the crisis here, the genocide here in Cameroon, please?
Yeah, we are working on Cameroon tomorrow in the afternoon.
Okay, thank you very much, because we are really suffering here in Cameroon, a lot of genocide that is passing now.
Yeah, your number is 237. Cameroon is calling from Cameroon, and it says in Cameroon, Paul Robia, the friend of Mr. Maina, is slaughtering people.
I'm not sure.
No, we are a friend of some French operatives is slaughtering people in Cameroon. It's true. Paul Robia is slaughtering. Yes. Paul Robia is killing people, and with the wife, they are killing people in Cameroon.
You are right.
And they are great friends of one of my people on the panel.
Yes, I can't even give you a video call because I'm not afraid of my identity.
No.
Yes.
Keep your identity. Keep your identity, and we shall fight until we get Ambuja.
That's good.
It is the
I'm very happy for that.
It is the Mainas who are stopping us. Otherwise, we would have got it.
Okay.
One word each. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Thanks for your question also.
Yes. I'll always stand by you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Ambassador.
Stay safe.
Let me just keep on following the program.
Yes. Stay safe. Don't stay safe, please. God will help us. The beer is about to die soon. God will help us. He's 89 years old. He can't live longer. These people kill us, kill people everywhere.
Ambassador, your next seems to have been put on the line there.
Ambassador Maina, are you still on the line, or you are hiding?
Well, basically, I don't know. I think we should consider in Africa to try to see, to copy at least the blueprint in China, what was their purpose and how they become so powerful in order to divert our energy, talking about election, democracy, talking about
Africa. Maina give a solution. Forget
no,
about
but Professor,
I don't have
Cameroon is saying
hold on, Professor, hold on. Yes.
Miriam, let me take charge of this meeting. Now I have 1 minute each for people to solve. Maina, you have 1 minute to summarize for us what we can do. Then tomorrow, please, you are our guest on the panel, and we appreciate your idea. You are an expert of the Sahara region. You are also in the capital city, France. of Paris, the headquarters of hegemony, of imperialism, of the highest nature on planet Earth. So let's give him respect to summarize his points.
Yes. But what I wanted to say, Doctor, whatever Ambassador Maina is saying is what you've been saying here, that perhaps China does not have elections. So he's just reiterating
China
what
has
you've
no
been saying.
elections,
Yes.
and it is peaceful.
Yes.
For us in Africa, on that point, I'm with you, my
All right, Ambassador.
But on the case of Biafrans,
So mean if you agree with me, we
Yes.
don't need a new state to be added in Africa, and we don't also need to all those constitutions.
Why don't you add one state in Chad? Why don't you
New liability?
Why
We don't want liability. They become liability.
Why don't you want a president? Why don't you tell Idris to cut the black and the Arab? You get 2 states first. Why are you oppressing people?
We don't want that. It's not going to help us. What making us powerful today because we are united?
No. Ambassador, no. Ambassador.
What I was saying.
Yes. Finish.
We need to do as African come together to do a campaign and start seeing that how we can put democracy on pause in Africa, and how we can put on pause, yes, to build a purpose. You are asking my idea because it has not worked for us.
You are building a manual book.
Yeah. Our manual have to be our purpose, how Africa we can be powerful also to sustain ourselves, to be among the nation that we can take a decision. So as long as we are not together, we have not done the system like China, we will still be disbanded. We will still be disbanded and we will continue to complain, because right now we become just a company of complaint. We are every country. Ivory Coast people are complaining. In Guinea, the same thing. In Nigeria, Chad people are complaining. In Kenya, we are seeing what's happening. In South Sudan, is the same thing. In Congo, DRC. Finally, there is no any. We can't even talk. Yeah, we are talking. You see, in Uganda, people are complaining. So, to summarize it, we see that this thing is not working. Something is not right somewhere. That how we can adjust it. Now the adjustment, we need to use, we need to take out the sympathy and the empathy to try to sit down to see how we can be strong with all the problems we are facing. Because right now we have 80% complaint and 20% solution, and it's not working. We need to switch it.
So what you're saying, we need to relook and see.
Thank you. Okay, thank you.
A model that would work for Africa.
All right. Thank you very much, Ambassador from Paris. Thank you very much. I just give my panel, my colleagues, just half a minute, please. Half a minute each, or a minute each, to summarize. Ambassador has been our guest. He has his views. Some of them we don't agree with them, but let's give him room so that he learns from us. He might end up on our side one morning. But what we talk here is always true. It comes, Miriam.
All right.
Thank you. What are you saying, Miriam?
One morning. All
right.
Might
end up on our side one morning.
Okay, Professor.
Yes, Miriam, it has been a good debate.
Yeah.
and Africa has got work to be done. And that work must be done with us. We should not allow minority to oppress, to marginalize people. And Miriam, there's one thing we can agree, but one thing I cannot agree with anybody of you when it comes to self-determination of the people. Give people the opportunity to decide on how they want to be governed. On self-determination, I will not engage in any debate. I submit, Miriam.
Thank you so much, Daniel Wesonga.
Yes, thank you, Miriam. And my party short will be that Africa does not to pause democracy, as Ambassador Maina is saying. Rather, what we need is to tailor the kind of democracy that we have so that it suits our own values, our own problems, and our own ambition. And that will be able to address the problem that we are having as African people. And also, you have to look at China. China really doesn't have an absolute democracy, but it does have an elected member of parliament. It has cabinet ministers and all that. So therefore, we only have to make it suitable for our own prevailing conditions. That is my parting shot.
Okay, thank you very much. Miriam, I just want to tell you thank you very much. We have 3 postponed topics. Isn't it, Professor?
Yes.
We deal with them tomorrow in the diplomatic leaks in the morning.
And maybe you can add
this issue of Somalia,
yes,
where you have Al-Shabaab giving us a clear way. Then we have been dealing with Al-Shabaab straight, which I've been talking about. I want to thank all of you for having attended. We proceed with our journey towards Dar es Salaam. I hope we shall reach, but we are on the journey. We are on, and as we pack now and unpack, we start going the journey. Are we not in a very comfortable place? Our satellite is picking us every time, every morning. Tomorrow again, tonight at 8 p.m., South Africa on fire. Has apartheid resurrected? A ghost. Don't forget to call in Daniel and a chairman, professor. I know Miriam will be tired and enjoying the bed at that time. She sleeps early.
I do.
Yes. So call in at 8 o'clock. It will be hot. Thank you very much. Miriam, back to you in the studios to finalize.
All right.
And send us away. Let's go and have lunch.
Yes.
Let's go and have late lunch. God bless you. God bless everybody. Hallelujah. Mungu awalinde.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Matsanga. Thank you so much, Ambassador Maina Ghana. Thank you, Professor Jared Onyari. And also thank you, Daniel Wesonga. And of course, today, as we said there earlier, Guinea has gone into an election that also was very controversial. So tomorrow, also as we look at the rest of the topics, we shall be looking at that and bring you the latest in that country. My name is Miriam Ogutu. Thank you for watching. We'll meet here tomorrow. Bye-bye for now.